It's great atmosphere for us. So a little disappointed that we couldn't come away with the win. But hats off to them. They played well. They made the big plays. They got them the win. It was a tight game, and Corn hit a big three. It was a 4-point game. It would have been tight down the stretch if we made our free throws. You can't go 8 for 18 and expect to win it close. When you shoot it that poorly, we were 4 for 24 from three. Don't know if it was bad decision making or maybe a little too anxious on senior night, but we took some bad shots to start the game. We settled down. We were guarding pretty well. We were up 10 with 2 minutes to go in the half and just really finished the half poorly. And that's Washington. They can do that. They can string some buckets together, and you can't soften up at all. It felt like we did maybe mentally. Don't know for sure. Miles was a little bit of foul trouble, and cost us. So, you're not going to win many games shooting 39, 16, and 47. Bottom line, and we got a week to get better, and hopefully we'll learn. We've been pulling a couple out of the fire. SC down 10 second half, down 10 Stanford, and came back and got it. UCLA down 12 to start the game. So sometimes that's hard. We've been playing well, had a good season. We're hoping for great, and hopefully we can grow from this.
Coach, what's kind of the message that you give the team after a night where, again, you mentioned the free throws play a factor, the three-pointers play a factor, I think just 9 of 20 on layups. Is it just kind of a matter of, hey, we just have to play better? Is that kind of, what you have to tell the guys?
You know what? You got to play better, but I can't, necessarily know what's going through everyone's head on that stuff. And we weren't as connected to start the game, I didn't feel like. And you get yourself down, we rallied a little bit. And even the last minute, I was proud of our guys. They kept, I know Brooks, I don't know, there's contact or Wells, who knows. We get 2 foul shots, there's a 4-point game, stuff like that. So we hung in together. We hung together when some things went bad, missed free throws, big three, stuff like that. So, we just got to get better. Isaiah's been coming on. He's still young and inexperienced, but that helps. That's another guy. And, we just got to play better.
How much do you think for not just the players but for the coaches as well, is this kind of a not necessarily a slap in the face, but kind of a reminder that you can't just go out there and expect teams to roll over, and again you're able to kind of avoid the fire, as you said, against USC and UCLA. But
I just think I don't ever think we think that way. I know the staff certainly doesn't, and Washington's good. I think their net is 60 or 40 or now or whatever it is in Ken Palm, so they're good. And we've won some tight ball games. I think we're good too, and a lot of our wins have been close games. We've been good in close games, and that was really pretty much a half-court game. So it was kind of, I thought they had some stretches there, but I think it played. We won the rebounding battle. We turned over a little too much, but like I said, with the payout, you got to make some threes when you're going inside, and they're going to double, and we didn't. And so I just think there's just good player. I mean, Cam Brooks is an NBA player, period. And so those are hard to beat. And we got some guys that are probably close to that too, but he's good, and Corn has been good too. So they didn't have him much. He was kind of binged up last game. So I really don't think that is the case. I mean, I think you're at home on senior night. You expect home senior night, maybe you could be like, hey, you get pretty full of yourself, but in the sense of like, hey, this is gonna be. You want it to be easy. You're full of emotion, but that's not the case.
Did you like the shot selection for the most part?
No.
No,
I did not. I thought early in the game we took some really quick shots. Like I said, I don't know if it was the nervousness, because especially as a big part of our keys, our transition D, and get good shots and take care of the ball, and that was frustrating. It's like, and they're probably not. I'm not usually. I had to get a little like, hey, we talked about we got to fix this, so. Jumped a couple guys that looked a little shell shocked, so they're not used to that. But I'm not used to watching us take we took too many bad ones.
You mentioned it was mostly played in the half court. What kind of effect do you think that had on the offense tonight?
It's usually our advantage, So I think more of our bad shot selection was more like transition or one pass and shot. I thought a little bit. I think when we put the ball inside, I thought good things happened for us. I thought Isaac had one where I thought he got fouled. He got back, tried to dunk on the guy, and he missed it. That was a big momentum swing, but good things were happening when we went in there. And we just need to be more committed to that, I thought, against them. And just because we go inside out, like I think Isaiah hit one. I think the only 3 we hit the first half was Isaiah, and it was inside out. And the other ones we weren't. So,
Coach, what did you make of Jaylen's game tonight? I mean, he's been so steady for you guys. Seemed like he struggled a bit.
He did, and that's okay. I mean, that's going to happen sometimes. He always plays hard. I love him to death. He'll be his harshest critic. He's pretty hard on himself. That's what makes him good. And I jumped him. I took one that was quick and early, and I was like, man, and it was more of a he's entitled to, he's earned the right to maybe take one, but we'd had a couple in before that, and it's like that's where we're disjointed. You gotta understand what the possession was before. Like what do we need to do? We haven't scored a couple times. That ball needs to go inside, or we just got to work for a better shot.
And with this little layoff right here, how do you hope they can bounce back from a night like tonight, and what do you hope to see in practice?
I mean, it's tournament time, and it's one and out, and we got some opportunities to get better, and we got some young guys that are actually doing well, and so we've got some long minutes, so hopefully we get refreshed mentally. I think physically we're fine. We do have some injury, but everyone does. Everyone has some sickness and injuries, stuff you're dealing with, but we got to somehow get positive going down there, and like not just that this was going to sting for sure, and it's college basketball, man. They're good. I mean, everybody's good.
Is Andre's injury something he's just going to have to be dealing with the rest of the season, or is it something maybe rest might help?
I think rest will help. I mean, you'd probably have to ask the docs, the trainers. They know better than me. I'm not. I didn't stay at the Holiday Inn last night, but I'll be an expert. I imagine it's something that's going to probably nag him a little bit.
How do you and the staff weigh, obviously, the impact of a tough game tonight, but you have seen so much good basketball from this crew, all season, and not get too high or too low?
We're pretty good that way. It's just, the free throw shooting and the three-point shooting was just disappointing. But we'll work on it. That's always we'll address the issues. We're not afraid to confront the brutal facts and the free throw shooting. I think Isaac was 5 for 10 last game. And then he was 2 for 8 tonight, so he's 5 in the last 18 or 7 in the last 18. He's been good, pretty good foul shooter all season long. So he's got pride. He'll come in and work at it.
And then just the shooting with the next week off. Is it just getting the guys in the gym taking a lot of shots?
Yeah, I think so. I think that. I mean, they do that anyway. To be honest, they're not ones to not put the work in. But get some confidence going. Get our bearings right. Like I said, I think more, hopefully, I mean, we're playing with real pressure, been ranked. It's a different space for us, a different altitude, shall we say. And so maybe that humbles us a little bit. We're a little hungrier going down there to the tournament.
I know not the result that you wanted tonight, but what did it mean for you to honor your seniors and the emotions behind that?
It's always great. I always get a little emotional, and I know that's hard to deal with too. Our team, it's hard to tell them to stay in the locker room. They all want to stay down there, and these guys have done a great job putting this team together. Andre's been so important to them, to us, to everyone, and you want to send him out with a win, and he wanted to too. But we just came out a little jittery and didn't recover. Or we did recover, and then they came punching back, and we didn't have enough.
What does the community and crowd support mean for you guys? Not a little over 9,000 tonight
No, it's
in
awesome.
attendance.
It's just, like I said, and man, I'm much more recognizable now to be around town. So someone stopped me out of Starbucks. I was like, we used to work on your house. I was like, really? I didn't know. I don't remember. So it's been great. That's what college. It's great for I'm sure the local restaurants in town are pumped. Probably pumped in a little more cash in the economy, which is good. It's neat. It's what's neat about living in a college town when you have that kind of excitement, everyone pulling together, and you feel bad that we let them down a little bit. So our guys will feel that too. They know. They appreciate it.
So I don't know how much you're going to take away from this game, positively, but Oscar Clough and Isaiah Watts had 2 of the better, scoring performances off the bench, and I'm sure you'd hope to get similar performances.
Yeah, no, Isaiah's been great. It's neat to see him emerge as a and just a fearless guy that makes, he'll make a few rookie mistakes, but the positives are far outweigh the negatives. So, and it was good. Oscar was sick a little bit this week, and I thought he did. He gave us a chance there. He was on the glass. He played better. So I kind of was hoping that, as a coach, I think we had that one group out there. I kind of wanted to finish the game with them, but we got down, and we went smaller and quicker. We're talking the last 2.5 minutes, and it didn't pan out. Didn't work out either.
And Coach, going back to the seniors, obviously Isaac Jones has meant a lot to you guys this year. Could you just talk a little bit about what he's brought to this team in this 1 year here?
He's been a joy to coach, to be honest. As far as he's an even-keeled guy. He's a really warm person, to be honest, and he's been really appreciative and humble about the experience. And like I said, he's a guy that could probably score more if he was selfish, but he's not, and this team's not. And him being a senior, that's important. And especially a guy with 1 year to invest in the team and the culture, it's unique and rare. We've had a couple. Mike Flowers did it for us a couple years ago, and he still checks in with us. I think Isaac will be a guy that will always check in with the program, always be this will be home for him, I think. And that's a neat thing to have, and him to have a good experience, and just wish he could have. He feels bad. He wanted to send Andre out and all the seniors out in a good note, and it didn't happen. You don't always get the result you want, but you want to play the right way. We could have glossed over a lot of mistakes and we made shots, and that could have been the path. I think some of that's, you've got to be. That's kind of where we bailed ourselves out in the last few of these games.
You mentioned pulling a couple of that out of the fire against USC and UCLA. Another slow start today. Have you been able to find like a good common denominator between these last 4 slow starts, or how can you guys turn that around?
No, we've not really. I mean, I think it was at least 6-4 at the first meeting. I was kind of excited about that. We're only down 2, but we took some terrible shots. So, and we talked about it. It's like, but it's sometimes you get in that funk. We might have to mix things up or try to find a way to. That group's been so good to us, whether it's Ruben or Oscar starting all year. So we'll work with it. I don't know. We just got to keep coaching.